We're chocolate influencers now.
We are. We're chocolate influencers. This is Blaine, who just walked in the door and we were filming, and Blaine is a member of the Senthusiasm Patreon, and so in order to have a chat, what I just did was drag him upstairs into a film.
Twisted my arm.
It's basically that, wasn't it? So do you want to be in a film Taste Chocolate?
Chocolate, yes.
Yeah, and Blaine said yes. So that's what happens if you turn up on a Wednesday afternoon, is you will be in a film.
Yes.
Usually.
Well, yeah. Go and
It's
join
happened before.
Yes, it has, yeah.
Yeah.
Go and join the Patreon, everyone.
That's right.
It's true. We have a chocolate theme this year. And it started when Joanne Harris, author of Chocolat, got in touch and asked if I would like to make a fragrance for this book, which arrived today. Vianne, which is the prequel to Chocolat. Did you ever see the film?
I did.
The book? Yeah,
I did.
so you'll know. And
It's a great cover.
And a great musical score too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to go back. I do remember Johnny Depp playing the guitar in it, but that wasn't the bit we're talking about, probably.
There you go.
So I've actually got the early proof copy down there because I had to read it. Well, I didn't have to, but I wanted to, obviously.
So is this out now? Or is this an advance copy?
Slightly in advance. It comes out officially on the 22nd of May, so this just arrived from the publisher. I know. But also arrived this week. Arthur's got his nose in the book to smell it.
Wow, it smells great.
Because we were.
Does smell fantastic.
Well, and also last weekend it was its first trip out, so I got a bottle of this to Joanne Harris, and she sprays everybody's book. If you go to a book signing and tour, go to the tour, she will spray the book with the perfume. So
you're going to spray the book with the perfume
I'm
now?
I'm going to spray the book with the perfume. That seems
Great.
like a good idea. Ready? I think that page.
Yeah.
So it's your sort of signature then.
Yeah.
Author signature and
There you go. Yeah.
oh yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
So you go. 4,160 Tuesdays and Joanne Harris and our friend Lydia Thornley, who designed this bottle. She actually went into researching ampersands. It's a long and interesting project. But yeah, so the bottle there's a cat features in it. This doesn't smell of cat, but there's a cat in it, and we've got the cocoa bean and it's just lovely. It's tomatoes and geraniums and labdanum and all the things that feature on the smell of the cathedral, and it all came together this week when the boxes arrived on Tuesday and the bottles arrived on Monday. And
So I've got two questions about that.
ask.
The first one is, an ampersand is the and symbol, isn't
The
it?
and symbol, yeah.
Right, okay. I'd love to know what her research is.
Well, I have it. She explained it all to me, and so this is Lydia Thornley, designer and illustrator, and I've known her for quite a lot of years as part of 26, which is a writers' organisation, and from before I was perfuming, and we sort of bumped into each other over our Saltburn Driftwood fragrance. She fell in love with it and came back. It was exhibited at a 26 event.
Mm.
Well, I'm working backwards now. Have you smelled Saltburn Driftwood yet?
No.
Okay, well, next. It smells of the beach where I came from in the northeast of England, so nothing to do with the film Saltburn. But anyway, there's quite a lot of Cocoa Absolute in this.
So what about the ampersands though?
What about
I'm
the
desperate to know about the ampersands.
I'm going to have to look it up. Lydia wrote she put on her blog all the research she did in order to make sure that it was the right ampersand to go with the typeface.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, actually, now you say it, I would never draw it that way if I was to draw
No, we
one.
go kind of like a backwards S.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is different. It's like an E with a thing. It's because it's sort of short for etc. I think.
And then I had another question for you.
Yeah.
And that was, I want to get myself a bottle of that. How do I get it?
Okay. Oh yes, it's available on our website,
Which is
4160tuesdays.com.
the numbers, not the letters.
4160tuesdays.com.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me, Arthur. We're bottling it at the moment, and we'll start to send them out for the 22nd, so soon, so
Cool.
that they arrive. Also, no, that's it, just off the website. But you can smell it if you go to one of Joanne's talks on the book tour.
So great.
And it's, you know the most thing? It also matches my pencil case, and these things.
The colour scheme is great today, by the way. I don't know why, but the camera's just really enjoying itself.
It's because it knows it's retiring.
Yeah.
So, also chocolate. This is what I dragged you upstairs for. It's only fair. I also ended up being invited to an event by Professor Barry Smith, at which Spencer from Cocoa Runners was talking, and he imports and sells, distributes, and does tastings for, and talks about really top quality chocolate. Ethically produced, because even the chocolate where people say it's ethically produced, most of the time people are paid 80 cents a day, and I say people, I mean men. Women get 30 cents a day to work in this industry, which is just not on, and that's how come you can buy bars of chocolate for $1 or £8.
Yeah.
See, yes, I'm speaking special American today.
You're doing great.
Thank you. But so I subscribed, and every now and again chocolate turns up, and I haven't seen Arthur for 2 weeks. It's been a 3-week gap. The chocolate turned up, and I didn't eat it all.
Well done.
So thank you. I would like a medal.
I would have.
So in order of, so this is actually from the US, this one. And it was circular. There's bits of a circle left. This is Mexican style stone ground chocolate, which is the way it used to be. It says 2 discs. There's what's left of 1 disc now. But I did quite well. Not eating all of
great.
that. I did wash my hands, because you can have a whole piece, it's fine.
Thank you.
What we should do, we're supposed to savour it, not scoff it. And I've discovered that American for scoff is scarf. Scarf. Yeah, I thought it was just mispronounced, but we say scoff. It's SCOFF, but like shoveling it down.
Sure.
What you're supposed to do with the chocolate is actually break it off a little piece.
I mean, mine's already gone.
It's gone. Arthur's scoffing.
All right.
And you're supposed to dissolve it. Even better if you hold your nose. It's like with perfumes.
Do just what you say.
Right.
Can't breathe.
And then breathe.
Oh, wow. What percentage is this?
This is 50, which is high for the US but low for these people. So it's 50% cacao.
Wow.
Organic cane sugar also has cinnamon. But this, you might notice, is quite rough.
It's very rough.
This is very unusual for these people's chocolate. I thought, if I remember which direction, we'll go in order of smoothness.
Is that because of the stone groundness?
Yeah, this is not as fine. It's a different method of production, and it's apparently how Mexicans originally made it before it spread to the rest of the world. So yeah.
Gosh, that's so good.
It really is.
Oh, it does feel as if a little bit as if it's sandpapering your tongue as you move it around a bit.
It's just wonderful.
Yeah. So I think there are a number of things that sort of go with perfumery. I think one of them is fountain pens. That's my excuse, and ink. And the other one is chocolate tasting.
It's just things that you like, Sarah.
But the weird thing is, there I am on Reddit fountain pens and Reddit DIY perfume. And somebody just goes, oh, I knew it was you. Because you were in fountain pens and chocolate. And I've seen your pens before. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's me. So I could be...
There is some crossover. I don't know how you manage it, but you do manage to find it.
Yeah.
Scented ink.
Yeah.
And then also, I mean, with the, chocolate,
well, the aromas
cocoa
in
absolute.
chocolate is just extraordinary. So I think that's going to be the last one. This is next. Okay. Most of these are French. So this is La Fèverie, which is quite nice because rêverie is dreaming, and fève is a bean, so a chocolate bean would be, so it's Flavour, sort of like
Chocolate dreams.
made up chocolate dreams. Yes. Handcraft dark chocolate, and there's a picture of an alpaca on it because it's from Peru. And this is 75% cacao.
Oh yeah, nice. We're getting up into the region that I start liking.
Yeah. I frightened somebody who was here not long ago. He went out and bought chocolatier stuff to try and get me back over from the dark side, but it didn't work. He's a bit like, when we give stuff to Owen. Arthur's got a friend, Owen, who doesn't do bitterness, does he? We tried to murder him with a loquat once. Right, you ready?
Well, I've been having the 100% stuff at home.
100? Never had
Bars of 100% chocolate. My housemates call it Arthur's punishment chocolate. They're like, there's no way you can have enjoyment out of that.
It's just extreme.
But I must say, if I have 8 cubes of it, I do feel a bit high. Like I feel properly, not even a bit high, I feel properly high.
Spencer says 20 grams a day.
But I do feel like I start melting into the chair when I have that much. It's lovely. It does wonderful things for your nervous system.
You say that, if I have too much, I tend to sort of sneak a little bit late at night when I'm waiting for the phone to charge up, and finishing off the last of the emails. Like, I just have a little bit of that, and 3 o'clock in the morning, it's like chocolate. What are we thinking?
This is lovely.
It is, isn't it?
It's a lot smoother.
Yes.
With a little bit of the bitter. The other didn't have any bitter in it, really. It was
No.
very smooth.
Yes. Any more? Are you sure?
Yes.
Check to see that were you correct?
Just to double check.
Thinking
So,
about the,
how long have you been making perfume for then, Blaine?
It's just a hobby for me.
Yeah.
I work a regular job every day, and then for fun, I got into perfumery, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, and just found Sarah and you, and joined the Patreon group, which I highly recommend. And it's just a creative outlet for me.
Yeah.
Which is a nice respite from the day-to-day work.
And what brings you to the UK at the moment? Fun? What?
Yeah, just to kind of look around. I had never been to Scotland. I'd been to the UK before, and so I took a couple days, went up to Edinburgh, and just visiting.
Yeah, lovely.
I love to travel. Been to Peru before, lots of places like that. So
I've not been to Peru. I've been to Venezuela, chocolate land. And I also like the way you say Edinburgh, not Edinburgh, because you learned.
I learned.
Yeah.
I learned it the hard way. If you look at it the American way, that's what I would have said. Of course, I was corrected. So
I'm from Middlesbrough. No, I'm from Middlesbrough. But yeah.
It is a favourite pastime of people from the UK, I think, to just correct pronunciations of place names, but they are really hard.
They are. And
like Loughborough is spelt Luga Baruga.
Yeah. The thing is that we actually only know the place names of either the famous ones or our local area.
Yeah.
If you plonk the British even in other people's areas, we would get it wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's some very, very weird.
Well, just even I've listened to the different accents just within such a small country.
Yeah, yeah.
America has some of that, like a southern accent. You can do a real southern accent. But really, in England, there are so many different dialects. It's interesting.
Even in where the village that I grew up in, which is called Burscough, spelt Burscough. Even between Burscough to Liverpool, which is my nearest city, there is probably 4 accents, and I'd be able to tell you which village the people are from, depending on those accents. It's changing now, though. Everyone's getting a Liverpool accent.
I once asked, I was on a Greek island, and I heard this bloke talking, and I said, "Are you from Middlesbrough?" And he went, "Billingham." It's like 3 miles away. And he was really offended.
Yeah,
he had to correct you on 3 miles.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's where my lot are from. So this one, it's the aromatic profile. Fresh, tangy citrus notes evolve towards mocha and cherry with a floral finish of rose, violet and lychee.
I would have said all of that.
Not necessarily once. So this is from, Hasna chocolates, Hasnaa, chocolat.fr. So, French.
Lovely.
Yes.
I love chocolate videos. They're great.
Yeah, it's a new thing. Yes. Right. Okay. If you
We do yogurt videos as well. I love yogurt.
yeah. Okay. Next time we'll do yogurt videos. Okay.
You know what was interesting was when I was talking about things that you might typically consider to be like an olfactory thing. I don't ever eat chocolate and think about those things. And then when you were reading it, I was like cherry and a floral finish of rose and violet and lychee. Like I don't ever think of that. And the correlation between taste and scent.
Yeah. And how it works is, okay, I'll give you the next one, and then we can say how it works. And that's why it's a good idea to hold your nose when you stick it in, first of all, melt it a bit. Because in the mouth, the taste buds only do sweet, sour, salty, bitter, umami. All the rest, all the rose and everything else, is retro-nasal olfaction. So that's the aroma molecules released and go up the nose. So half of flavour is smell. And that's how come,
Which is why when you have a cold and your nose is blocked, you can't taste.
Yeah, you think you can't taste, but actually you can't smell.
This is lovely. I think.
And then breathe. And then, suddenly, all the flavour hits. So, yeah.
I'm trying to think of the very refined notes that I'm getting. Grape.
And I can tell you what I think it says. I love this one. Because, so this, if you go to France and you hang about supermarkets, you'll know that brand. Also, there's a lot of cooking chocolate. That is that brand. So I've seen it before. This is 75% cacao. Les Grands Crus Historiques from Madagascar, this one is. And somewhere it says, we started it. Okay. So cocoa introduced to the island of Madagascar in the 20th century by French planters, renowned internationally and marvelous. Acidic perfumes and fruits. This chocolate gives you a plaisir tonique, a toning pleasure to your palate, right? Sort of. Okay. So somewhere it says that they started it, I think. Yes, okay. La Maison Bonnat a été la première à lui donner ses lettres de noblesse en laissant s'exprimer individuellement. I'm going to have to practice. Les Grands Crus du Cacao. So we started it. That's basically what it says.
Wow.
Good for them. Yes.
Lovely.
It always sounds, everything sounds better in French.
Yes. Oui, mais oui.
Also, we have discovered that French people find English much easier to understand if we speak with a French accent.
This is very true. It is much easier to understand.
First of all, they say, oh, that's not true. And then you say, well, how about I speak like that? And they go, oh my God. So,
but in the same way that if a French person speaks English...
Yeah, c'est les Français parlent comme ça.
They speak French in an English accent.
Yeah, plus facile à comprendre.
Bonjour.
Oui.
Ça va bien, merci. I mean, I just understand every word of that.
Yeah. So,
anyway.
Merci. Joanne, of course, is half French, half Huddersfield, Yorkshire English. That half French, half Huddersfield is meaningless to anyone who lives outside.
I've got a feeling that the guillotine was invented in Huddersfield. It's not a French invention.
By the Harris family.
It's either Huddersfield or Hull. But it was originally invented as a way to behead cattle rustlers because the person who had been stealing the cattle would be beheaded by the cow. So they wanted to invent a thing where they'd tie the rope that pulled the peg out to a cow. The cow would walk away, pull the peg out, and then the person would be beheaded. and that was the.
But it can't have been called a guillotine then.
No, it wasn't. It was called Hull's cow killing device.
And I had a point.
Are you googling it, Blaine?
I am.
Great.
Good.
Blaine's on the fact checking.
And I, in the meantime, the Guerlain family, who make perfumes,
Yeah.
fabulously and famously, they learnt how to make perfume from florists in London. And, okay, the florist family were Spanish, but they were established in London at the time. So that's where the Guerlains went over to learn how to make perfume, was London. So
yeah, there we go. Did you find anything?
I didn't see anything called a cow killing.
No. I mean, wait a minute.
Who invented the guillotine?
The guillotine was invented in Hull. I'm going to write that.
I figured just that. Well, you know, I told you how my brother-in-law messed with ChatGPT okay, my brother-in-law asked ChatGPT, has Dave Thatcher been to the moon? And it went, no, Dave Thatcher has not been to the moon. So he asked it again, it came back no. And then the third time he asked, it said, there is speculation as to whether or not Dave Thatcher has been to the moon. Now, of course he hasn't. But if you suggest these things over and over and over and over, it starts thinking that it might be the case.
You can just gaslight it.
Yeah. So
The guillotine came after a precursor. The precursor to the French guillotine was called the Halifax gibbet, and it was invented in Halifax.
right.
But, I mean, it wasn't called a guillotine.
I think it's gibbet, but let's not worry.
Gibbet?
I think so.
What's a gibbet?
Well, it was the thing, it was a case that people were like hanged in. It was a metal case. It was a very, very nasty way of killing people, and their necks were...
A gallows.
Yes, but a metal casing gallows. So
Right.
that they're really, really horrible things. There are still some... because so people's bodies didn't just dangle there, they were stuck inside a horrible metal cage.
Right, yeah.
How did we...
And some local knowledge
Yeah.
in Halifax, and people from Halifax will know this, there is a Gibbet Street
Right.
in Halifax, presumably, in to commemorate the
That's where it was.
killing of cattle rustlers.
Like Tyburn. That's where the gallows were. And there's still a
Oh, right.
Tyburn Square thing.
If you had asked me what I was going to learn on my trip to London today, that would not be on the list.
That in Halifax.
Not on my bingo card.
This is how the films are tending to go these days.
Yeah.
Here
Well,
we go. This is number 4. There are only 4 of them.
We've completed perfume.
Yeah. We did perfume earlier before you.
Oh, I don't. That's such a small bit.
I'll forget.
I'm so sorry.
Forget yourself a big bit. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Oops.
Oh no.
They have to have that as well.
Man
now.
down.
All right, I'll have that one. Okay.
Cheese. I'm getting cheese. Raisins.
Yeah. And cream cheese. Fascinating to watch this, must be. I'm sure there's a subgenre of ASMR.
This is good. This is really good. What percentage?
Chocolate melting. Yes, it is. This is what I saved it for last. 76. This is from India. From Tamil Nadu.
I've been there. Tamil Nadu.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I went last year.
Another French company. Manufacture Française. And a company called 20 degrees north, 20 degrees south, because that's where cocoa grows. So you can't grow outside of that. Chocolat noir au grand cru d'origine. Tell me off for how bad my French accent is. No, don't. I'll feel threatened. Okay. Intense. Avec des notes épicées, bâton de réglisse et muscade. Oh, damn it, it's in English as well. Intense with spicy notes, licorice and nutmeg stick.
Yeah.
Actually, it's licorice stick and nutmeg, and they've translated into licorice and nutmeg stick. That's typical. It's licorice stick, bâton de réglisse et muscade. Yeah. Yeah. 76% cacao, 24 cane sugar, ingredients biologiques. So that means that's French for organic.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yes. I think this is my favourite. I just like smooth. But I love cream cheese, and I think it tastes of cream cheese in a good way.
Yeah, I love smooth as well, but really...
Do you like rough, did you?
I did like the rough one, but I personally, now I've tasted lots of chocolate, would say that I need my chocolate to be 85%. I mean, 85% cocoa for me to feel truly satisfied. I love it. I love bitter. Love the bitterness.
I went 100, and it was a little bit too much for me.
Yeah, I mean it's intense.
Yeah.
Punishment chocolate.
But they do have some.
Oh yeah.
I subscribe to this. I pay. Nobody pays me to be a chocolate influencer.
Can you, when you subscribe to them, can you like specify what things you like?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You can also just go there and buy bars one by one.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not a random assortment that they surprise you with.
This is.
Okay.
Except that I choose dark. So this counts as dark because in America 50% is dark.
Really?
Yeah, because the standard of where it flips over from amount of cacao allowed is it's like they have just different levels, but so I subscribe to the dark box because I don't like white chocolate because I don't really think it's chocolate. So you can get a mixed box or you can get a milk and white, or you can go to the website and you can choose. And we also had the Easter box, which we got through in no time.
Polyphenols, aren't they also in? Just the camera was just off then for a second, so just said the word polyphenols.
I said yes.
They're in olive oil as well, aren't they?
And,
is that right?
And black currants and raspberries.
And they have incredible qualities.
They used to be called antioxidants. But I think it's much more complicated than that.
Yeah.
But so if you don't eat too much, you get the polyphenol benefit of the cacao. Mm-hmm. As long as you don't just shovel down too much of it. But then if you have a small amount and you savour it, as we're supposed to, as opposed to scoffing or scarfing. Because I thought they just spelt it wrongly.
What do you call a polyphenol's favourite family member?
Go on.
Antioxidant. Bye.
Right, this isn't half a joke.
Good joke.
It's
a solid joke.
Antioxidant. Yeah, that'll do.
Bye.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks Blaine. Thanks for doing that.
Glad I could help.
There. We slightly know each other better.